Okay. Myself, Vijay Lakshmi from the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering. I'll be taking this subject for you, artificial intelligence. So today I would like to just give an introduction, overall introduction. As I am having third semester lab also during the same time, I could not take last Wednesday. Even today I'll take for maybe for some 45 minutes, then I will end the meeting. Maybe from Saturday I can take classes properly. So today, first I'll just give you the overall picture of the subject, artificial intelligence. It's a 3-credit subject. So this is the abstract syllabus. If I simply show you the syllabus in this way, you will not understand anything. What I want to do is I'll just give you a basic idea. So what we are going to discuss, okay? So the first class, maybe today's class and maybe even on Saturday, the basic introduction, the foundation, the history, and the basic applications, what are the performance measures, all these we are going to discuss in detail. After that, we'll be studying intelligent agents. Okay, when we say intelligent agents, what are the different types of intelligent agents? What is the structure, the rationality? These topics will be discussed in detail. Then comes problem solving. So under problem solving, the difference between conventional and AI problem, artificial intelligence problem, will be discussed in detail. Then comes search strategies. See, under search strategies, there are two types. One is uninformed search, the other one is informed search. We'll be discussing these two searches in detail, okay? This is a very, very important topic, search strategies. So under uninformed search, I'll be discussing on major search techniques such as BFS and DFS. You might have heard it in data structures. If you have studied that subject, and search techniques. Apart from that, we'll be discussing bidirectional search also. Then under informed search, we'll be discussing the various techniques. So informed search means it is heuristic search. Okay. So various techniques such as simulated annealing, local beam search, then branch and bound search, all these very, very important search techniques we will be discussing in detail. Afterwards, game search comes. Okay. Under game search, we'll be discussing min-max algorithm. Then constraint satisfaction problem. Satisfaction problem. There you must know how to model a problem and solve it. It is also considered to be very interesting. After that, knowledge-based agents or knowledge reasoning, their Olympus world problem, which is very, very interesting, and you will be studying this in detail. The Olympus world logic we will discuss. Then comes the propositional logic and predicate logic. Under predicate logic, usage of first order logic. Under propositional logic, we are going to study backward channeling concept. Okay. Then comes planning and learning. Here, concept of learning, concept of planning algorithm in real world. Okay. After studying these topics, then we come to the uncertain knowledge and reasoning. Here, you may study probability theorem, Bayes theorem. After that, some ontological engineering, categories and objects, processes and intervals and reasoning systems. Then comes natural language processing. So here NLP or natural language processing, you might have heard this technique, how this can be used for communication. Okay. After that comes expert systems. Here stages and general characteristics of expert systems we are going to study. Then comes cognitive computing concept. Under cognitive computing concept, the basic characteristics of this cognitive computing also we are going to discuss. Then comes applications. So here various applications we are going to discuss. The application, some real-time examples also I will take. After that, maybe 1 or 2 hours, we will discuss on soft computing techniques such as artificial neural networks, fuzzy logic, and maybe genetic algorithms, all these topics. So the references are, you can take down if you want, the first book, The Artificial Intelligence Modern Approach by Stuart Russell and Peter Norvig. This is a very, very important book. All the universities refer this particular textbook. Then the second one is Elaine Rich, Kevin Knight, and Shiva Shankar. This is the second one, Tata McGraw Publishers. Okay, these two books, I think it will cover almost all the topics. Okay. After introducing this subject, the basic topics which we are studying and the textbooks, let us go to the basic foundation or history or the basic definitions which you need to know. Now, what is the basic definition of artificial intelligence? It can be defined as an approach of creating a system or a software having intelligence same as humans and perform tasks with the same efficiency as humans do. Please note that this is the simplest definition which we can tell for this artificial intelligence. If you refer the textbooks or if you refer the papers, if you refer the different sites, you will get different definitions. But the simplest possible definition could be this. Okay, it's an approach of creating a system or a software or a machine maybe. Okay, having intelligence same as humans and perform tasks with the same efficiency as humans do. Please note that the last 3-4 words, with the same efficiency as human do. See, the same efficiency when we say, it's still the research or this topic AI, it is still considered to be the hot topic in the research area, because getting that much efficiency is still not possible. That is why AI, lot of research is going on in this particular area. Okay. Now, today, artificial intelligence has done some amazing changes in the world, which we did not even think of. Okay. We see the intelligent system talking to us or offering services in everyday life. All of us, okay, all of us have experienced this. We see intelligent systems talking to us. It offers services, everyday life. Okay. So, in order to classify machine as having its own intelligence, first we should understand the concept of intelligence. Okay. This is the main objective of this particular subject. We should understand the concept of intelligence. What is intelligence? We say artificial intelligence. Okay, what is that artificial intelligence? That concept we are going to study in this particular subject in this semester. Okay. Now, this is the basic history of AI. Okay. I will not explain this much. Later, maybe one class I will take, maybe next few days. I will just tell you some simple stories behind this artificial intelligence, which is very interesting. So that I'll take up later. But I can say the summary of this particular slide. Actually, this AI, it came into existence in the year 1956. Okay, actual year of existence is 1956. After that, research is going on. Knowledge-based system came. Then in industry, all this era of intelligent agents, machine learning, robotics, everything came. And now you may be knowing, all of you may be knowing, this is the era of deep learning. So everyone talks about deep learning, machine learning, deep learning. So okay, this is the era of deep learning, which is part of this artificial intelligence. Okay. Now, this is a very, very important slide. Maybe what I think is most of you are having some confusions or some doubts because you hear here and there neural networks, then machine learning, then natural language processing, expert systems, computer vision. Okay, all these words you hear here and there, the electives, program electives, open electives, core subject, minor, major, all this. So somewhere here or there, you keep listening to this. So that is why I have put all these words, I have combined it and I have put it under branches or sub area of artificial intelligence. Just to see here, this gives you a clear concept. Okay, what is machine learning? It is a sub area of artificial intelligence. What is neural net? This is also one of the sub areas. What is computer vision? Yes, of course, it is also a branch of artificial intelligence. NLP, natural language processing. Yes, game theory, pattern recognition, speech processing. Everything comes under artificial intelligence. Okay, so all this when we put together everything, the AI is an umbrella. Under that umbrella all these sub branches are there. It may be machine learning or any topic. Okay, I hope this slide, no, it has given you some information that I know. I'm sure some of you are having doubts. What is expert system? Yeah, it is also one of the branches of artificial intelligence. Okay. Just to see this, all the sub branches. Each sub branch may be one or two course in this engineering. You may be electrical, electronics, I think instrumentation, biomedical. 4 branch students are here. So all these subjects, no, some of the subjects you may study in your 6th semester, 7th semester. Okay, some subjects they may be offered in like PG, post graduation. When you go, you may get these subjects. Okay, all this comes under, all these topic or sub areas come under artificial intelligence. I will proceed. Yeah, this is, yes. Any doubts? If you have any doubts, I can answer. Okay. The trends in AI. This is another table which I have put. This will give you some insight into the topics. Okay, there is a large area of applications where AI is serving common people in their day-to-day lives, which can be grouped into the following categories. Okay, just see here the application and example. So here AI is used. Okay, it may be expert system. So it's flight tracking system, clinical systems. Natural language processing, when we say it is a broader, in a broader sense, we say the application is natural language processing. But example, Google, that feature what we have, okay, virtual assistants, then speech recognitions, automatic voice output. Then see, neural networks, we say it is an application. But coming to an example, it is the pattern recognition systems such as face recognition, character recognition, handwriting recognition. Then we say fuzzy logic application. So there we have consumer electronics, automobiles, okay, in washing machines we see fuzzy logic engineering. Then applications robotics. The example is industrial robots for moving, spraying, painting, precision checking, drilling, cleaning, coating, carving, etc. Here we find these are the examples which we find in under robotics. Again, I have listed some more applications. This is for if you are interested to know the different applications like in this AI, marketing, banking, finance, because it is not just limited to this. Okay, it is not just limited to this. It may be, there may be n number of applications. Only a few I have listed. Okay. Now, before I proceed, I would like to ask some of you, have you done any project, whatever I have talked so far, based on these topics, have you done any project? If you haven't done any project, or you can discuss here in this class. Anybody? Have you done any? Because you're all in 6th semester now, you might have done some projects, you might have taken some topics. Have you done anything?
I have like not done exactly in AI, but I've done from ML. So I
Yeah,
think that comes under language understanding.
yeah, please, first you introduce yourself.
Ma'am, I'm Prantar, triple EA.
Okay.
So last year I did a uh, project on predicting the pre-owned cars. So I
Okay.
used Python and all in
Okay,
ML.
prediction. You did prediction.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good, good. Okay. So did you use any algorithm there, or directly machine learning models you used?
Ma'am, I used direct machine learning models like KNN and all. So there are many different models, right? So I
Yeah, yeah,
used
yeah.
all of them and tried.
Okay, okay, good. Okay. Anybody else? Have you done any minor projects, or have you?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I'm Barsudha from EC. I have
Okay.
I worked in healthcare related projects like I've solved the inverse problem of magnetocardiography using Bayesian statistics, and
Okay.
also compared it with delayed ANNs, like the
Okay. Okay.
results we compared.
Okay. Okay. Good. Good. Okay. You did. Could you? I mean, you got the better results when using your model.
Yes, ma'am. With the delayed neural networks, it was better
Yeah.
than the Bayesian model, existing
Okay.
Bayesian model.
Existing. Okay. Very good. Very good. Yes. That is how we learn. We develop models based on the like available data, and you have to compare it with the existing one, and you can prove that whatever you have done is better. That is wonderful. Yes. Anybody else? So we can always
Hello, ma'am.
discuss here.
Yeah,
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
ma'am, I'm Niharika from Triple E.
Okay.
And last semester, I did a project on NLP, which was basically based on the sentiment analysis of the text entered.
So, okay. Okay. Natural language processor used.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you compare it with any other existing models, or you got the results, or like whatever you wanted to get? Did you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. Any other projects can we discuss here now? Let us, this class now, it is, I understand, 2 to 3:30, all of you may be feeling sleepy. So we will have interaction. It will be always better. Otherwise, you will sleep. Okay, and now what I would like to say here in this class is, if you are interested to do some projects, okay, any topics you can do, I can help you under this I mean, within the scope of this artificial intelligence, I can always help you. You can make a group of 2 or 3 students. You can work on some topics. Okay, if you want, I will give some topics, some problems, not topics, some problems I will give you. You can try to solve it using this basic concepts of AI. Maybe, and right now it may be difficult. Maybe after 1 month, maybe March and or April 1st, I will give some 5-6 problems. Okay, you can work on it. If you get results, if you compare it with the existing model, or you can compare it with the statistical model. Okay, then definitely that what I feel is that exposure is always good if you work and if you get some results. Okay, so let us think in that direction. Maybe later after 1 month, if you are interested, you can always meet me. Okay. Yes, now let us go ahead. Some applications I was discussing. Let me just take some more slides. I'll just show you AI in marketing and AI in banking. Yes. Yes. Any doubts, anybody? Yes, Tushar Anil Kulkarni. Tushar Anil Kulkarni. Tushar, are you there? Tushar. Tushar, are you there? Say, when I call your name, you have to answer. Otherwise, you will be marked absent. Tushar, you're not there? Tushar Anil. Okay. Yeah, this is AI, artificial intelligence in marketing and in banking. These are the two applications which I want to tell. See, if you in the early 2000s, searching an online store to find a product without knowing its exact name, okay, you just imagine it would become a nightmare, right? But now, when we search for an item in an e-commerce store, we get all the possible results related to the item. Okay, see, as the data set grows, this technology is getting smarter and smarter every day. Okay, so I read in one of the papers that in future, image-based search, I don't know whether it is existing or not, image-based search also will come into existence soon. Okay, this is how AI is every day. There is a research going on, and in marketing, how it rules this world. When it comes to banking, the AI-based systems so to provide customer support, detect anomalies and credit card frauds. All these things, it's there, it is existing. Okay, in this credit card frauds, no, it is. I think some specific banks have come out their own apps to find out this. Then comes AI in, these are the general applications I have listed here. AI in finance. So as Pranthar said, this prediction logic, it plays a vital role in these applications, especially in finance. Okay, how AI can improve the stock trading and how the performance of this and can be made better, and how it will boost the profit. All these things we have to see when it comes to artificial intelligence in finance. When it comes to AI in agriculture, you know that as per one survey, world has to product 50% more food by to 2050, because we are literally eating up everything. So what we need to do is we need to use our resources more carefully. Okay, AI can help farmers get more from the land while using the resources more sustainably. One example is helping farmers to find more efficient ways to protect their crops from weeds. I'm just giving you one simple example, okay? If you are interested, you can definitely think about this. See, if you always, whenever you do some real-time application projects, no, chances are that funding chances will be more. And even in our innovation center also, you can apply for seed money, and but it will have some it will be always good to do such real-time applications. One example is helping farmers to find more efficient ways to protect their crops from weeds. Okay, so another thing is detection of nutrient deficiencies in the soil using some maybe image processing techniques may be used here. Okay, then we can have some soil restoration tips, techniques we can give it to the farmers, and thus we can help in the agriculture field. Then comes the AI in healthcare. So all of us know that clinical decision support system, it is there in everywhere, I think, in the hospitals. That is clinical decision support system for especially stroke prevention, cardiac problems, all these things. If a patient is at risk, it gives alarms or it sends signal to the physicians. This type of, it is there, and still we can do some more research, okay, and we can think about how AI can be efficiently used in healthcare sector. Okay. Uh, then comes AI in gaming. I need not discuss this much. All of you may be knowing about this. Okay. Then comes space exploration. Okay. So you know that after rigorous research, this astronauts used AI to sift through years of data obtained by the Kepler telescope in order to identify a distant 8 uh, that planet solar system. Okay, you might have read this in newspapers. So you know, you also know that AI based Mars rover is already on the red planet. Okay, and then comes the AI in autonomous vehicles. Self-driving cars will definitely make some revolutions in the transport system. Okay, so AI system should collect data from the vehicle radar, uh, then cameras, GPS, and cloud services to produce control signals that operate the vehicle. You may also know that you might have read it about Tesla's self-driving car. Here, AI implements computer vision, image detection, deep learning to build cars that can automatically detect objects and drive around without human intervention. See, it uses computer vision, image detection, and deep learning. These are the algorithms which are being used in this Tesla self-driving car. Okay. Then the last one I have put about the Google virtual assistant. Okay, you know, all of you know that this can respond call, it can book appointments. So here, natural language NLP and ML. Okay, natural language processing and ML algorithm, machine learning algorithms are used to process human language and perform tasks such as managing schedule, controlling the smartphone, okay, scheduling the meeting, all these things it automatically does. And of course, some human intervention also required here. This I just have given you an idea where and all AI is still it's being used. Okay, it is only a few I have listed here. Okay, you will get to know many more if you just explore this. Now I'm coming to the next one small topic which I want to discuss, that is components of AI. Any system, what are the components? Okay, just see this block diagram. So this part, the middle part, we have the intelligence or artificial intelligence. So it is connected to reasoning, learning, perception, problem solving, and linguistic intelligence. Okay, I'll just tell about this in a brief way. In a broader sense, I can tell you I'll show you the next slide, but simple way how to remember this. What are the components of artificial intelligence? First thing is reasoning. What is this reasoning? Reasoning is making decisions. That's all. So reasoning, making decisions. Then comes learning. What is learning? Of course, it is a process of gaining knowledge. Okay, so either somebody has to teach, or it may be by experience how learning takes place, isn't it? Next comes problem solving. So here it tries to make a desired answer. So you are given a problem, right? So you have to try to make a desired answer by solving this problem. Then comes perception. So perception, acquiring or decoding the data. Okay, so we know that perception is, it's a method of sensing, right? So whatever the information is there, we have to acquire and decode it. Then linguistic intelligence. Okay, what is this linguistic intelligence? It is ability to use the verbal
Excuse
and
me, ma'am.
written language. Yes.
Ma'am, I don't see the block diagram. Okay, ma'am, it's there now. Thank you.
Okay. Now you are able to see, right?
Yes, ma'am, I can see it now.
Okay.
Thank you.
You are Anupama, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let me once again tell. If we are not able to see the block diagram, I'll repeat once. See, these are the components of AI, artificial intelligence. So there are 5 components: reasoning, learning, perception, problem solving, and linguistic intelligence. So reasoning is making decision. Learning is, it is gaining knowledge. Then perception is, it is acquiring and decoding the data. Problem solving, it is tries to obtain a desired answer. Then linguistic intelligence is ability to use the verbal and written language. Okay, these are the 5 components of artificial intelligence. So here I have given the explanation. I will not read this. Okay. Now everything I have put together here, whatever I have discussed, whatever I have told, all combined, this one slide, it gives you one name, artificial intelligence for many trends. Okay, so everything is here. Whatever you hear about this AI, everything is put together. Yeah, this is, some of you may ask me this, that is why I have just put this. Okay, AI programming languages. So number of programming languages exist, but some languages that are most typically used. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I think the slides are not changing, ma'am, as you are trying
Is
to.
it?
Yeah, now it has changed. Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Now can you see this programming languages slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe because of the internet, I think. I'll see next time. It should be better. Okay. If you're not able to see, you please tell. Okay, I'll see that I'll go back. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if it is in this mode, not slide share mode, is it okay for you? All of you, is it okay, right? I think if I go to slide share mode, I think it takes time to change.
Ma'am, actually, it would be better if it was in slide share mode, because
It's better. Okay, fine. Then I'll go slowly. Okay. Okay. So these are some of the languages. I think at least out of these, whatever I have listed, you may be good in one or the other. At least one language, if you are good, that is fine. But please note that I am not going to do any coding here. Only if we have to whenever I discuss algorithms, either I write pseudocode or flowchart. Okay. Normally we go for pseudocode. Whenever I do searching techniques, I just write pseudocode. The concept will be made clear. then you can develop the code using the language which you are well versed. Okay. Now, before I close, I would like to discuss this topic, future of AI. What are the future trends? Only some 2-3 top points I will discuss. Okay. So all of us know that AI will change the landscape of the future. It's believed that AI will change the world just like how electricity has changed the world now. Okay. So people give the comparison AI with the electricity. Okay. So here I have listed some 4 points: robots with the AI, then automated detection and prevention in healthcare, AI along with cloud, and AI and IoT. So first, coming to the first point, robotics. So under robotics, I think you are instrumentation students, or maybe biomedical, even E&C, E&D. So you might have heard about this robotics, industrial robots, and robotic arms in factories and industries. Then space rovers to explore Mars or the moon. Then robots for military application, for medical uses. Okay. So what here I want to tell is, in future, these robots with AI will be able to process, compute, evaluate, and perform the human action. So wherever the human action is required, that has to be replaced by robots with artificial intelligence. Okay, that may be one of the trends. Then second point I am not going to discuss, that is in the healthcare side, it is that the research is going on. We will discuss one case study in future, and we will discuss automated detection and prevention. Okay. Then coming to the third point, that is AI in cloud. So all of you are maybe familiar with that word, cloud computing, which is one of the in the field of computer science. It is on the demand availability for data storage. Okay, normally that word cloud, it is used to describe the data centers available to many users over the internet. Okay, so now here cloud computing plus integrated with AI. Okay, it will be a real game changer in the future for the storage purpose and for any other computer science application. Maybe again one more case study we can discuss in future. Then another application in the future is where AI is, it may be like it will find its application is AI and IoT. So IoT, all of you know maybe, but still it describes the network of physical objects, what you call things, right? And they are embedded with sensors, software, and other technologies for the purpose of connecting and exchanging data with the other devices and systems over the internet. This all of you know. Now there is another latest development, that area or new branch of study, that is called AIoT. Okay, AIoT. So that is artificial Internet of Things. AIoT, it is a new branch of study. It is coming up. So this AIoT is artificial Internet of Things. It is IoT enabled with AI, is capable of creating intelligent machines that can simulate smart behavior while supporting decision-making ability with no human interference. Okay, so again IoT plus AI. So it is coming up. The research is going on in this area. Okay, so if we get some problems, definitely I think we can think about that. We can try to model it. We'll try to give some solution. We will see what best we can do in these areas. At least some of these my AI class students, if you can take some problems in these upcoming areas and work, definitely we can have we will have some exposure in this field. Okay. So today I am closing my class now. Okay, Saturday again we will meet. I think my class is Saturday at 8 o'clock. Okay, we will discuss more about this AI and its the basic features, agents, intelligent agent, rationality and all. So this is my mail ID. Okay, you can, if you have any doubts, you can always mail me. I've given my contact number also. Okay, please take down. If you have any doubts, any clarifications, you can ask me. Even if I don't know, I ask my other teachers and I will let you know. Okay, that's all about today's class, that is introduction class. Now it is open. If you have any, if you want to ask anything, you can ask me now. Anybody? Anything? You please feel free to ask me.
Ma'am, so just like computer vision also will not be having any programming exercises for this course, right?
No programming exercises.
Okay, ma'am.
But all the algorithms will be discussed. We will discuss all the algorithms. You can develop your own code and for a particular application and you can implement.
Okay, ma'am.
Any other doubts or clarifications? Anybody? Okay, if you don't have any doubts, we will stop this class. Okay, we'll meet on Saturday at 8 o'clock.